Hello and welcome to Rainy Tuesdays podcast by friends for friends. Back to the usual cast, or I don't know
It's been a while since
what happened last year or last episode. Who knows?
Who knows?
But Ryan and Margot are here. How
Hello.
are you guys doing?
Hey, doing good.
Yeah, doing well.
Yeah.
I was thinking Ioana was on last time, but I don't think she was. She's just on.
No,
so
I think it's
much
been a while.
That I just assume she's always on.
She'll be back.
Yeah.
Oh man, I've started doing a thing with her where I just tell her like when we're recording, and I'm just like, "I'll send you a link. Show up if you wanna," kind of thing. And it's just like maybe she will, maybe she won't. Depends on free time.
Yeah.
But yeah,
If you wanna, you wanna.
you wanna. Oh my god. Fair. What have you guys been up to? What's your lives been like? It's
Not
been like
much.
a week.
I'm planning a big event, so today I had to go to Buffalo Wild Wings and put an order of 400 wings. And the guy
Fair.
pulled up the price. I was like, "That's a little much." And he's like, "We can try to get it down." I was like, "Yes, please do." And so we tried all the different discounts, and I got a good deal.
Oh
So
wow!
Nice.
I got
Wait,
something.
Yeah.
What was the base price for 400?
It was like $470 plus, or like with tax, and I was
Right.
like,
Yikes!
"Can we get it down?" So I got 40% off, and I was like,
Wow.
"That works."
Yeah.
And he gave me free ranch and blue cheese.
A steal.
What a steal!
Making
Gonna
out like
corner
a
the
bandit.
market on ranch and blue
Yeah.
cheese.
Oh man. Having worked at Buffalo Wild Wings, the ranch and blue cheese is typically free unless they're like asking for way too much for like one order kind of thing. Which like for big orders like that, it's never too much to ask for kind of thing. But then also I loved filling them because you just take like the big bag. It's just a huge bag of ranch, and you just fill in little tubs. It's a good time.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Have never been to Buffalo Wild Wings in my life.
I think it was a good move to work there as a vegetarian because when I worked at like an ice cream shop, it was like, sometimes I want ice cream. Like for the first few times that I worked there, eventually you just were like, I don't want to eat ice cream at all. But then like the first few times it was like, oh my God, I can like have like an ice cream scoop like at the end of my shift or whatever. But like I don't want any food.
Do I need to go
Yeah.
work at the peanut butter farm?
Yeah,
that
you
might
wouldn't be
be-
tempted, but it could be
Might
dangerous
be
for you.
dangerous.
Yeah.
but-
I don't know how allergic you are.
Just wear like a full-on hazmat
Hazmat.
suit. Yeah.
Be like, man, this guy's really COVID conscious. Um,
Have you had Buffalo Wild Wings cauliflower wings?
no, because they're not like they're cooked in the same like meat stuff.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
So.
Cool.
Yeah,
Good to know.
yeah, they're not vegan. I'm also not vegan, but that's still meat. So, the whole
Fair
time.
enough. Yeah.
that is for the ice cream thing. It's something that you don't think about, but when you're around ice cream all the time, you
It loses its
kind of
thing.
don't want it as much anymore. Like I don't think I got sick of ice cream because I worked in an ice cream place too. I don't think I ever got
Right.
sick of it, but I don't crave ice cream anymore. It's like, oh,
No.
I'll have ice cream, but
Yeah.
like my siblings have ice cream every single day.
Oh wow.
And I'm like, I don't want ice cream every single day. I'll have it every once in a while,
Yeah.
but and I didn't
The
even
one-
really eat a lot of ice cream, but just being around ice cream all the time.
It's the
like,
smell.
Yeah.
It's such a thick smell. Like to be in an ice cream shop for so long, like the air it's thick with cream.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, it's a time. I think the only version is like milkshakes. Like I could always go for a milkshake. But
there's certain flavors that I could always go for. Like I like ice cream, but for the most
Yeah.
part, there's nothing that I'm like, oh, I really want that
Yeah.
ice cream. Except for
Right.
Blue Moon, the best ice cream flavor.
Superman.
That's
what it's called.
But
I like chocolate vanilla and
Superman is the
caramel.
3, but Blue Moon is just the
Yeah.
blue of Superman.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's the best flavor that there is.
I
It's
know.
too fruity for me.
It's
like
so
it's
good.
It's like so
the close
sweet.
rival was I worked at an ice cream place called Overweiss in the suburbs of Chicago,
Mm-hmm.
and they came out with this flavor which was cookie dough peanut butter.
That sounds
So
amazing.
vanilla ice cream, cookie dough, and then peanut butter streaks. So
Mhm.
deadly to Ryan, but
Yeah.
Right.
one of the greatest ice creams I've ever had, and that was like getting close to beating out Blue Moon for the best ice cream. And they discontinued it, and I've never forgiven them since.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I really like cookie dough. Like, I don't know if I
Cookie
never
dough's
know what to
good.
get. Cookie dough always
Yeah,
hits.
Yeah.
cookie dough is my default. Cookie dough and mint chocolate chip.
Fair. I have to be in like a very specific mood for mint chocolate chip. Like I like it, but it's not like an every time go to kind of thing for me. I absolutely love. So I worked at Kilwins, which is like a little chain. But they
Little
had.
change. I think they're a national
It's
chain.
they're a national chain, but they're not like it's not like a huge national chain. You know, I don't want to slander Kilwins.
I've
The
seen a
location
Kilwins
I worked
almost
at did
every
close
single
down.
place I've gone to.
Yeah, but they're pretty big in
Everywhere.
like North Midwest. Like that's like a very popular place for
Yeah.
them, and then they spread out into like the Northeast. But anyway,
Still in
so
Florida.
do they really?
Mhm.
Good for them. But yeah, so they had like a chocolate ice cream with the peanut butter like ripples in it, and like that was good because it was like a dark chocolate with the peanut butter, and like best combo. Sorry, Ryan. And then they did also have one that was called Mackinac Island fudge, and that was it's basically just like chocolate chip taste wise, but it's
Mhm.
chocolate fudge like rippled into the vanilla ice cream, and it's
Yeah.
really really tasty. So
Nice.
Yeah.
Cedar
All
Crest
time.
ice cream is amazing. Where I worked
I
over the
love their
summer, there was like Cedar Crest's like main facilities, and I went there all the
yeah,
time. I don't know. I really
They-
like ice cream, but like I've not had it a lot being on college, where it's like two of our dining halls have like options for it, but I'm just lazy and
Right.
don't want to get up
Yes.
and get it. Then also
yeah,
like both of the student like places where you can get food, there's like a tub full of Ben and
Mhm.
Jerry's ice cream, but it's like that's a lot of ice cream, and I want to get it late at night. But they also like both close like at like 7 and 8, where it's like I don't really want ice cream yet, and also it's a lot of
Yeah.
ice cream, and I don't really have a big freezer. So if I eat it, I need to eat the whole thing, and I don't want to eat the whole thing of ice cream.
Yeah.
I go
Gotta
through this
share it with
predicament every
friends.
day. Yeah.
yeah. Just be like, okay, let's all eat Ben and Jerry's together from one little pint.
Yep.
That's what you gotta
It's
do. It is a
bonding.
lot.
Yeah.
It is.
It's
Yeah.
a lot. Even like Caitlin and I have gotten Ben and Jerry's pints for the two of us,
Yeah.
and even that's a lot of ice cream for 2
Mhm.
people.
That's fair. Yeah. Well, other than ice cream, we were going to talk about moral quandaries today.
Very similar topic.
Very similar. Sometimes you like it becomes a moral quandary of like which ice cream flavor do I get?
Mhm.
Right? You
Yeah.
might think this is a hard decision, but in fact it's not, because Blue Moon exists, and you just gotta get
Wow.
Blue
But then sometimes that'll hurt your little sensitive tummy.
Moon is so good.
It's so sweet.
So good.
Oh,
It's a shame
God.
most ice cream places I've been to don't have it, which is annoying.
Just ask them to like really pick around Superman and be
Well,
like,
most
because the
places
blue
don't
is the
have
base of
Superman
it.
either.
I feel like every ice cream shop I have ever been to in my life has had Superman ice cream.
Wow, fancy ice cream shops over here.
It's not. They're like run of the mill ones.
In my ice cream experience, Superman is a rare flavor to see. But if there's
Interesting.
Superman, there'll be Blue Moon.
That's not true. I've like not seen Blue Moon.
Kilwins is
But
Blue Moon.
right, but not my Kilwins.
Well, sorry,
'Cause you
only have,
hello
like,
to your
a-
Kilwins.
You only have like a set amount of ice creams you can have at a time, and so like you'll switch them out occasionally and get like seasonal ones and stuff like that. Then you have your staples.
Yeah,
and
sure.
so Superman was a staple, but Blue Moon was not. But
Oh, you had such an unfortunate experience. Could have
it
been
was also.
dining on Blue Moon every single day, and then you could have really understood what a
wouldn't.
great flavor it is.
Oh,
It's
Cedar
too
Crest makes
sweet.
Blue Moon.
I'm sure.
That's how you know it's a good ice cream place.
Oh my god. But so I always thought it was really funny though because like so I worked at an ice cream shop. Literally right next door was another ice cream shop. Across the street and down one door was another ice cream shop. Up the street from there,
They like
another
fight.
ice cream shop. No, we were all just like, hey guys, hey besties. Like, how's your ice cream
I
doing?
do feel like ice cream shops are invariably right next to each other
All of them.
all the
Yeah.
time. Like at my Overway that I worked at, there was a Dairy Queen just down the street,
Yep.
which Dairy
So
Queen
we had
is bad.
I like
it's
the
good
blizzards.
for like yeah, I like the blizzards. It's good for like late night, like with your friends. You're just like grabbing something kind of thing.
Like it tastes fine, but if you're gonna
Yeah.
get ice cream, get real.
Yeah, go
ice
to a
cream.
good ice
Go to
cream
an
place.
actual ice cream place. Don't go to Dairy
That's
Queen.
fair. But also, the M&M Blizzard. Pretty good.
Fair.
I like it at least. I also like
But you can
M&Ms.
get Blizzard, like we made Blizzard equivalents at our place. I think you can get them at most ice cream places.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, totally. We didn't. We made milkshakes. But
Get in on that Blizzard action.
Yeah.
we
Or
so like it
wizards.
was whoa.
Yeah, we called them
To
something.
avoid the trademark.
Yeah.
Right. Lizards.
Lizards.
So we were killings, and then like one of them nearby was like Rita's, and then we had a Dairy Queen, and then there was like 2 local shops, and then more local shops and everything. Like there's so many ice cream shops like right next door to each other, and it's just like why? What's the point? And all of them would always get like packed at the same time.
That's
kind
the
of
thing too.
So it's like
Every ice cream place will be completely full.
yeah, it's not like it's
At
like
least during the summer.
right, yeah. During the winter, we did have more of a pool because it was also a chocolate shop. But
Right. Yeah.
it wasn't for the ice cream. But yeah, whole time. Alrighty. Anyway, moral quandaries.
The main topic.
Yeah. We're certainly not going to talk about ice cream the whole time.
Although we could.
Ice cream's
We
just
might.
the cherry on top of this discussion.
Oh, I like it. Moral quandaries with a cherry on top. But okay, so this is from a BuzzFeed article. 9 moral dilemmas that will break your brain,
Not my
So-
At
brain.
BuzzFeed.
just like brain freeze from ice cream. Anyway, first one is called Your Best Friend's Wedding. So I'm gonna read out the situation, and then it'll have 2 options for what we can choose to do. Okay. You're at your best friend's wedding just an hour before the ceremony is about to start. Earlier that day, you came across definitive proof that your best friend's spouse-to-be is having an affair with the best man. And you catch them sneaking out of a room together looking disheveled. If you tell your friend about the affair, their day will be ruined. But if you don't tell them, they might marry a cheater. What do you do? And so then it's tell your best friend, sure, the day will be ruined, but better a day ruined than an entire life. Or say nothing. Your job is to be supportive and participate in your friend's happiness for this day.
Or haul it out of there. Just leave.
Or you
Option C.
you sleep with your best friend.
Your best friend. Oh, so
There
that
you go.
everyone's a cheater.
Everyone's a cheater, and there you go.
Okay, so I love it. Would you guys like just try to start an orgy with the entire wedding party, or like
Go big or go home.
go big or go home? Okay, yeah. Then you're like, oh, no harm, no foul. Like I know they slept with him because it was right in front of them. Okay.
But you have to tell them.
Yeah.
I think so. Would you try to like? I feel like that's not necessarily definitive proof of like coming out of a room together looking disheveled. I get that it can be like
It's
hella suspicious.
it's definitely
but, like-
super suspicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd maybe talk to the what was it? Was it the best man?
Yeah, it was the best man, and then I assume the bride. So your
Ah.
best friend is the groom.
And also, bold of them to do it on the wedding day.
Right?
Yeah. And the best man.
Yeah.
Which kind of makes it seem like I'm not the best friend. but you know,
I don't know. Sometimes people do like their siblings or something,
right?
which is worse for the hypothetical. But
Right, that is worse. You slept with my brother on our wedding day. Doesn't go well. But yeah, so like obviously like tell them, right? But like I do think that talking to the like people involved in the potential cheating first is probably the move, right? Like, hey, what were you doing there?
yeah,
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like okay, what about not wedding related? What if you like feel like your friend is being cheated on? Like what do you do? Do you just stay out of it until they figure it out kind of thing?
No, I think you have to tell them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I always think it's weird to be like, oh, I'm not gonna tell them, and then when I find out later, and it's like, oh yeah, we knew for how like that's horrible.
Yeah.
Tell them
Fair.
if they're being cheated on, or
Yeah.
you think it's possible, you have to tell them. Like they might get mad at you for being like, why would you think that? But better that they
Sure.
know, and it's
Yeah.
true, than have to like live through this relationship that will not work, and until they figure it out for themselves. I think that's way worse.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I don't like so I feel like I don't know anyone that's like I've never been in the situation where I've been like, I think your significant other is cheating on you kind of thing. So I don't know what I would do. I would tell them, I think, but like
Yeah, I've never
I'd
been
have
in
to
that
be like
situation,
so sure
Yes.
too. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to like jump to a conclusion. Also because you can be friends with someone you were attracted to. Like
Yeah.
the sex that you're attracted to, gender or whatever.
Yeah. We've
So it's
ranted
silly
about that
to be
before.
like, yeah, like
Mhm.
it's silly to be like, oh, they're hanging out with someone.
Guess
Must be something going
what?
on. I hate
Yeah.
that. But
It's silly.
so just that, that's not proof of anything. But if you saw them like making out with somebody else, or
Right, that's pretty
that's
definitive.
pretty definitive.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of something along the way, and then that's just what popped in my mind first. So
Yeah. Fair.
if you see passing handwritten notes, then maybe something's up.
Oh, it's a little sus. As
If
the
you're in
kids say.
middle school.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, if the note
Oh,
says,
did you guys
what'd you get
ever,
on
like-
number 5?
Oh my god. Did you guys ever like pass notes to like crushes and stuff?
No,
No? Okay.
is that a thing people do?
Yeah.
Why?
Okay.
Because it's cute as hell.
No, never.
Alright.
Nor do I know anyone who did. A lot of my teachers would tell us like day one, if
Mhm.
there's a note and I see it, I'll pick it up and read it in front of the whole class. So I think
Well, that's
no,
why they
no one
don't see
ever.
it. That's why it's secretive. Like,
Also, like phones exist. So
Yeah.
what's the point?
yeah.
Exactly.
That's
I'd
if
do it
they're
on
in a different
purpose
class.
then. Just write in the note like, hey, your car warranty is expired.
Oh my god.
And then have the teacher
We've
read
been
it out.
trying to reach you.
You find out your teacher's husband is cheating on her. Do you tell her?
Write it on
Write
the
a
note.
note.
Right enough.
Pass it
So you can read
very
it out loud.
obviously.
Oh yikes. Fair enough. What would you do, Ryan?
I agree. You gotta tell the person.
Fair. Okay. I feel like that was a pretty easy one. Okay. This one's called Robin Hood, but it's like got an apostrophe after Robin. Anyway,
Okay.
like someone's in the act of robbing someone.
Oh.
Like Robin
Got
Hood,
it.
the guy
Right, but
that
like
was
Robin
robbing people
Hood.
in a hood.
Yeah,
Which is
Right.
why
Well-
he was named Robin Hood.
I was in the Shire. But okay. You are an eyewitness to a crime. A man has robbed a bank, but instead of keeping the money for himself, he donates it to an orphanage, so that they can now afford to feed, clothe, and care for the children. You know who committed the crime, and if you go to the authorities with the information, there's a chance that, like, he'll be put in jail and fined for that amount of money. I'm going to change it because right now they're saying that the amount will be like taken from the orphanage. That's not going to happen. Like obviously you're not going to take money from an orphanage. That's not a moral quandary. But like, yeah, absolutely. Would you like turn that man in or not is what I'm going to ask. Like the money is in the orphanage. That part of it is done.
How elaborate was the bank heist?
Yeah, was it cool?
Yeah. If it was cool, it's
so
fine.
cool.
If it was cool.
There were like lasers and stuff. Like, oh man.
Parachuted in.
Yeah. He did the thing from Tangled where like he was like going down a rope behind the guards, so they were looking one way, but he was behind them the whole time. Yeah,
I say let him keep it. You know, if you can rob a bank like that and no one knows, good on you.
It's just impressive, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if it's pretty cool,
yeah,
hard to like. If it's like a heist, pretty well
Yeah.
executed, you know.
If it would make a really good.
No
Netflix
one
movie.
died, I think, is also the big
if
one
no one
too.
was harmed,
Sure. Yeah.
pretty good. But also, I mean, if none of the money is going to him, then who are you really robbing? The bank? A corporation?
Right.
Screw the corporation.
Yeah.
Okay, crimes in general, non-violent crimes, like we're talking like Les Mis type of thing of like, oh, they took some bread, kind of thing. Like, do we think it's like morally wrong?
Yeah, I mean, I think it really depends what you steal too.
And who from?
Yeah.
Like, corporations, like banks, are stealing money from you. I don't think it's necessarily wrong to steal money from a bank that's actively defrauding and causing the country to plummet into a recession, as it did. So, you know,
fair.
Not as bad to steal from something like that versus like someone who is living paycheck to paycheck and doesn't have anything. Like that's horrible to steal from someone like that. So
yeah. So I've never like stolen from any stores or anything.
Yeah, I've never stolen anything either. So.
But I just feel like I need to preface what I'm about to say with that. Like I've never stolen personally. I do know people who like steal from Walmart. And it's like I've literally never had a problem with that. But I feel like if they like stole from a small business, I'd be like, that's messed up.
Yeah.
Like don't do that. And it's that same vibe where it's like it's Walmart.
You probably shouldn't steal. Stealing is not
should
great.
not.
Don't steal. But I don't think something is like absolutely morally wrong just because they stole something. There might be situations such as donating it to an orphanage. That might
really
not
needy
be morally
children.
wrong.
Yeah.
Like if you're just stealing for your own gain, then
I don't think that's like a thing that people like do, right? Like kleptomania is that what it's called? Like,
oh yeah.
Where they just like really enjoy stealing. Never understood it. I don't think I've ever known anyone.
Like kleptomania is like
it's
a disorder, I think.
Yeah. So that makes sense that I haven't.
Like they have.
But like I'm just saying, like yeah.
Yes.
But I don't know. It's a time. So we're not turning Robin Hood in.
No.
Okay.
Unless it's just one of those like weigh in where that money's going, how they stole it, who from.
Was it cool?
Was it cool? That should be at the top, actually. Number one factor, was it cool? Because, like, if you watch a heist movie, you're rooting for the criminals, but they're stealing. You watch Ocean 11, you want that money to be stolen.
Ocean's 12, Ocean's 13, Ocean's 8.
That's the thing, too, is they're always stealing from, like, a bank or a casino.
Yeah.
They're never, like, stealing from a middle-aged man named Ron.
Right, like, no mom and pop shops. Like... Oh, man. Fair. Okay. Company policy. Okay. This is another cheating one, it looks like, but it's like a different vibe. Okay. You have a job as a network administrator for a company that also employs your best friend's husband. One day, your best friend's husband sends you a message asking you to release an email from quarantine. This requires you to open the email, at which point you discover that it's correspondence between this guy and his secret lover. After releasing the email, you find yourself in a pickle. Your instinct is to tell your best friend about his husband's infidelities, but divulging the contents of a company's emails is against your company policy, and you could lose your job. Once it becomes plain that your best friend found out about this through a company email, all trails will inevitably lead to you as the leak. So basically, it's like, do you tell your best friend? It does mean you will be fired.
I'm confused. So the guy's like, hey, send out this email, but he sent the wrong email?
I can't tell if they mean like he sent the wrong email or if he's just fully being like, hey, I know you can't tell her or him. Like,
Then you
I
just
don't know.
reply all and then like be like, oops.
Interesting. Okay.
A guy's like, hey, send this email, and be like, yep, I'll do that.
Don't you
Be
worry.
like, I didn't know that I needed to read through it.
Right.
I mean, like we said before, you feel like you'd probably tell your friend
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
someone's cheating on them. But I mean, I feel like your company policy is not going to cover this individual's scandalous relations with a third party.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like,
That's fair.
when there's like confidential emails and stuff, I don't think it's going to cover that. I think you could go to HR and be like, am I not supposed to talk about, like, that's clearly not what we're meant to not discuss.
Sure.
Unless, I don't know, maybe there is some kind of like super confidential. I guess I don't know.
It depends, I guess, on the
I don't know
company.
what the
Yeah.
company is.
What if the person
if
is
you
HR?
work for, like if you work for like Snapchat, because there's Snapchat, I think they still do, but they got in hot water for like saving people's images that they'd send. And I don't know if they still do that, but like if you work for like Snapchat, it was like, oh, I'll go through these like old text messages or something. Like,
Yeah.
that's not great. But if this is like just a company email with their company account that's not related to company business, it seems kind of weird for your.
Like, they're doing something really inappropriate that's making me uncomfortable. Can you please handle this, HR, kind of thing?
Yeah.
Interesting. I wonder if you could like just start like hinting towards things, and just make your best friend realize in a different way.
Yeah, I mean, if you could like once you know about
if you're really
it,
worried about like losing your job, kind of thing.
yeah, just
Just
now that you know
give
about it,
them
you
a
can
little
find some other
trail.
proof.
Right. Like, I don't know.
Hire a private investigator to take some pictures.
Mm-hmm.
I stalked your boyfriend until I found, or your husband,
There you
until I
go.
found out
Camp
he was
in
cheating
front of
on you.
their house.
I took a snap of it.
Oh, I Snapchatted it to you.
Yeah.
Then
And now it's
Snapchat
saved.
saved it.
Top
Yeah.
secret.
Well, Snapchat legally has to save it because, like,
What do they do?
what if someone wanted to do, like, hey, well, if someone snaps you, like, hey, I'm going to do this crime, I'm going to do a cool bank heist to get money for the orphanage. Like, and the authorities
Got
want to
this
pull that up, they
sick
can.
bank heist plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There have been a lot of people caught for doing crimes through Snapchat because they're like, oh, well, the message goes away, so
It's so stupid.
no one has
Yeah.
it.
Well, I don't know.
Fun fact about all that stuff, like your Snapchat messages and stuff. The police can just get that.
Yeah.
They don't need
Yeah.
a warrant. They don't need
It's-
anything. They can just ask the company to give it to them.
Yep.
It's also just like, it's so silly to me. It's like, that's mostly true of like any social media. Isn't it also true of texting to like some degree? Like, I think you need a warrant with some phone stuff, but like
Mhm.
not all phone stuff,
It's
right?
it's dicey with
Yeah.
electronic information because it's so new and courts are a little slow. So
Yeah.
it's dicey.
Yeah.
But I think like the more private a message is, like text messages, that's going to be harder. But
Yeah.
like social media, I mean, if you post on public or private social media, you can just get that
Yeah.
and similar things. They have a pretty wide discretion to just ask companies to give them the information that the companies have. So like
Right.
they might even be able to get your search history. because that's saved too.
Yeah.
They just ask
Don't
Google
search
for
bombs.
it. Google, how make bomb.
How bomb?
How make bomb fast. How make bomb for under $50 or something.
Adam,
WikiHow.
as a creative writer, do you have a search history that police probably shouldn't see?
Not really. I do have some weird search history. I think I might have said this before, but I wrote a short story about roadkill, and so I had this weird searches related to roadkill and what happens to it.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is gonna be weird if someone was like had access to this for some reason.
Yeah.
But for the most
feel like
part, no, I'm not googling like how do crime.
I feel like I always hear that from like writers though, where they're like, I just have like a weird search history. I swear I wasn't trying to murder.
No murder here, I promise.
No, just books.
The last thing I looked up is Shrek 2 cast, so.
Who are you like looking for specifically?
I wanted to see who did the fairy godmother.
Okay, fair.
And I don't remember it. Let me look it back up.
Gotta Google it again.
Gotta turn your entire search history into just that.
Mm-hmm. Jennifer Saunders. I don't think I knew her for anything.
I'm bad with actor names.
She was in Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets.
Oh, who was she? Was she the gardener?
That's not right. Google says she's Ron Weasley.
What?
Ron got recasted.
Interesting. Okay. All right, we're gonna do a sinking sensation. You've been on a cruise for 2 days, and there's an accident that forces everyone on board to abandon ship. During the evacuation, one of the boats is damaged, leaving it with a hole that fills with water. You figure out that 10 people. You figure that with 10 people in the boat. Oh my God! You can keep the boat afloat by having 9 people scoop the filling water out by hand for 10 minutes while the 10th person rests. And then after that, it switches to another person and so on and so forth kind of thing. This should keep the boat from sinking long enough for a rescue team to find you. You're taking your first break when you notice that your best friend in a sound lifeboat with only 9 people in it beckons you to swim over and join them, so you won't have to keep bailing out the water. If you leave the people in the sinking boat, they will only be able to stay afloat for 2 hours instead of 5, decreasing their chance of being rescued, but securing yours. What do you do?
Here's what you do. You get everyone out of the boat. You turn the boat upside down, and then they all just hang on to the boat.
Oh, interesting. Okay, what if it's really chilly?
If it's really chilly, put on a coat. I don't know. I didn't think of that.
Oh, like was it the Titanic thing? Like, didn't a lot of them freeze to death?
Yeah. I don't know. Have everyone keep doing it. Have all 10 people doing it.
Okay, so you don't
have one
leave.
person taking a
Yeah,
rest.
no, definitely stay on that boat.
Okay. Yeah.
You cannot just abandon 9 people to their potential deaths to save yourself.
Okay.
That's not great.
Also, yeah, swim over to the other boat. Put more people on that boat. That boat's fine and not sinking.
Oh, that's true. I wonder if it could hold more than the 10 people. Like, it probably wouldn't be super comfortable, but like maybe they could stay up for longer.
If all you need to do is not sink, you might be able to handle it.
Right. Interesting. I've always said, like, so there's a similar thing that like always gets brought up in philosophy classes where it's like 3 people in a lifeboat, like one of them's dying, do you kill them off to have food kind of thing. And I've always been like, kill me. Like, I don't want to eat another person kind of thing, and I also like don't want to sit there like throwing up from seawater for days and days on end kind of thing. Like, my will to survive is not that strong. So like, or like the abandoned island thing of like, what if you have to eat someone? Like, eat me, I don't care. Like, just end it for me. I don't want to be here. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, so like in this case, it would be like helping other people survive kind of thing. But I hate like survival scenarios because like I don't want to be there.
Especially cannibalism. I don't particularly want to eat another human being. Maybe it's just me, but not something I'm down with.
No, I know some.
You try it. No.
Well, so like there is a place that like it's legal, and I know some people that are like, oh, I really want to go there and like try it at some point. And it's like, you're weird. That's creepy.
Human?
Yeah.
That's creepy.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Okay, Shrek 2 is no longer my last Google search. My new Google search is, where is cannibalism legal?
That's some.
Is that real? That sounds like the kind of thing that's not real.
I don't know.
That people, like, one of those internet things that people are like, oh, did you hear cannibalism legal in some probably third world country, and it's just like something racist.
It's not something I was like super interested in enough to look up. So yeah, I couldn't tell you.
I've definitely heard that same thing before, and the exact same, like, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't care.
Right, like it won't affect my life.
I'm not interested in eating humans, so no plans to go there.
It is technically legal in the United States. Cannibalism is not illegal in the United States.
You don't even have to go anywhere.
Not a good way to obtain food, I guess.
Right.
Interesting.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too. Like, if there was a place that you could go to, how are they getting human for you to eat?
Yeah. Right. I don't know. It's icky. Please don't eat people.
Don't eat people. Yeah. Unless you have to, I guess, to survive.
I guess.
But yeah, I don't know if it'd be a situation that I would.
Is it morally wrong to eat someone, though, in that boat situation, where like if they're dying, like they're absolutely not going to come back to life, like they are not okay. Is it okay to eat them? Like you could wait until they die, kind of thing. Like that's fine. I'm not saying you have to kill them, kind of thing. But like they're also not in like a good enough headspace to say like, yeah, I consent to you eating me after I die. Like,
I filled out this form.
What's the vibe?
Signed,
what are the moral vibes? Yeah.
I'd say cannibalism's not going to prolong you long enough.
Okay.
For it to be worth it.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it's morally wrong to do that.
Okay.
It might not prolong you enough, but it might.
Right.
And they're gonna die anyways.
Sure. But like you're certainly like waiting until they're dead. You're not gonna like
take a nibble.
I don't know if I could just kill someone.
I'm gonna be like, all right, man, I
need maybe another hot take of mine, but I'm not super down with murder, so.
Yeah. This is how like most philosophy classes end up going, in my experience. Of like at some point you get to this kind of thing, and there's like, we're gonna push it. We're gonna push it further. Oh man, it's a good time.
I can say with certainty, I do not want to be in that position.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah.
But
that's
given the situation, I don't think it's necessarily wrong to do that.
My thought is, like, if it's 3 people and you're eating one person, it's going to make you sick, and you're probably going to throw up and lose stuff. And so really, you're not really gaining any, like, sustenance. You're just losing stuff.
That's true. Yeah.
Could get possessed by a Wendigo, too. Don't want to risk that.
Yeah. The other thing, too, is, like, you really need to be more concerned with fresh water, not necessarily food. You can go a while without eating food. But you need water.
Do you have any like
Wendigo is?
survival?
I know what a Wendigo
no, but put a pin in that real quick. Do you have any like Bear Grylls survival tactics of like turning the salt water into fresh water type of thing, or like drinkable at least?
If you can cook water over a fire, but trying to find something to cook with might be a little hard. You can cook salt water and turn it into fresh water. It'll just be a little warm. Don't drink your pee, because your pee will be very salty, and it will just further dehydrate you. And like your body is already like taken that water and got everything it could out of it. So like re-drinking, it's not really doing anything.
Don't listen to Bear Grylls.
Yes.
Fair. I don't know any of his tips. I just know that he's a survival person.
And also,
I know that was
build
the
a
big
shelter
theme
right
of,
away.
Like, drink your own pee, but
Oh, gotcha.
If you're ever like stranded
Okay.
or something, build a shelter right
Yeah.
away is going to be your best
Well,
bet because one, keeps you focused on something, and two, like
Yeah.
daylight goes down quick, and so getting somewhere
Sure.
to be is nice.
Yeah. I like it.
and
Survival
the
hacks with
monsters come
Ryan.
out at night, so
Yeah.
And like the Wendigos,
Watch
which
out
are
for the creepers and zombies.
you don't know what a Wendigo is?
maybe I do, and I'm just like blanking on that being the name of it. But yeah, what is it?
They're like cannibal demons, basically. So it's like a Native American legend.
Demons.
Yeah, that
Okay.
if you eat someone, then you get possessed by this demon, and
Yeah.
you turn into a Wendigo.
It's from Native American folklore.
I don't think I've ever heard of it.
Have you played Until Dawn?
No.
They're like the
did.
monster in that
Big
video
there.
game.
Fair.
It's one of like there's like 2 Native American monsters that I kind of believe in, and it's Wendigos and Skinwalkers.
Uh-huh. That's fair. Okay. You're involved in a 2-car crash on your way to work one morning in which you accidentally hit and kill a pedestrian. As you get out of it's a tough morning. As you
I
get
didn't
out
have my coffee.
As you get out of the car, you are intercepted by a tearful woman who seems to think that she hit and killed the pedestrian. You're not sure why she thinks she hit the person, but she is convinced. There's only you, the woman, and the person that you hit on the road. There are no witnesses. There are no cameras. You know that whoever is deemed responsible will probably be sent to jail. Do you pin it on yourself or do you pin it on the woman?
I would say yourself. I'm still like going through the scenario of like, how does this lady think she hit this guy? How would I hit this person
like,
too?
If given the way you described it, it doesn't seem like there's any reasonable reason for this lady to think that she was the one who did it. So
the only way I can think about it is like if somehow like her car was coming out into an intersection and you like came into the side of her car kind of thing, and the person was between those, and she just thought like maybe somehow that was her fault on the woman's death end, even though like you crashed into. I don't know though, because they don't have like here's like a video of you killing a woman, like, you know.
Or, you know, you knives out, in for a penny, in for a pound, get back in your car and just...
Oh! You kill them both!
No one knows.
Oh, man. Fair. Yeah. Interesting.
I mean, morally, you cannot blame it on this person.
Yes.
You have to own up to your own actions.
Yes.
Also, like, if this lady thinks she did it now, she might not continue to think that later when she's not in the heat of the moment. Could just be like
shock, yeah.
Yeah, so she's probably gonna recount her story and be like, "Oh no, wait, I didn't do that." So it might come around to you anyways, and it's gonna look way worse if you were like, "Oh no, definitely that lady."
Yeah, that's true. I think if you kill someone, you should admit to killing them. Hot take. I know.
Yeah, hot take.
That's what we're here for.
You also might not go to jail. I know it says that no problem, but
yeah, there's like easily ways that you wouldn't have to. Do you know how many people have killed people that didn't go to jail?
Probably won't.
Yeah.
you definitely can go to jail for vehicular manslaughter, but
I was looking...
not that common. A lot of people get struck and killed and do not go to jail for it.
Where is cannibalism legal is no longer my last Google search. It is now punishment for killing someone with your car.
Okay.
Yeah.
My FBI agent's probably really confused from going from Shrek 2 to this.
This man's crazy.
Gotta put him on a watch list.
Yeah. Oh my god.
What is the... maximum?
I don't know. It sounds like it really depends on like if you're under the influence, if you did everything you can.
Right.
Because like,
was it like a marked zone?
Sure.
You have to be negligent at least. If you weren't negligent, you didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
So
I feel like in a situation where like if you've gotten into a crash and both of the cars are kind of like going somewhere because of the crash, because of like momentum and stuff, right? Like you know how they sometimes like slide. Anyway, I feel like if someone got killed in that process, like it can't really be your fault because like you'd have to really masterfully know how to crash a car to like guide the crash into a murder.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, I'm way too deep into law school at this point, but I'm thinking of like, if this is a crime, the prosecution is going to have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt, which is super hard to do. And if there's no other witnesses, and you're like, and you get on the stand and they're like, it was a complete accident.
Yeah. It's also the thing too.
The jury's not going to convict you.
There's a difference between like, what if someone tailgated and hit someone with their car and killed someone, versus like, it's icy out. Someone's car like slid and killed someone.
Good points.
Yeah.
Good points all around. I also love the idea of if she never like stops thinking it was her and it just seems like you guys are doing like a no it was me. No it was me. No it was me thing. I just kind of like I feel like that's kind of great.
I've got it. Blame it on your self-driving car.
Oh.
And then sue Elon Musk.
Yeah.
You're all
and then
good.
your car goes to jail and you're fine.
Did you guys see his thing where he was like, I'll actually like do the money for the world hunger thing if you can give me a plan kind of thing?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think he would?
Yeah, apparently he sold $5 billion in Tesla stock. But
well, didn't he need to do that because it was going to expire?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
It's all just a ploy. He's not. Like, even if someone gave him a plan, he'd be like, what? I see no plan.
I know, that's what I'm thinking. It's just like, that was such a silly thing to say, sir. Like, everyone knows you're kind of a jerk, and you could just continue being kind of a jerk. Don't say, hey guys, I might not be kind of a jerk if you give me a plan on how to not be kind of a jerk. When we all know you're just going to continue.
Here's the other thing, too. He is a terrible billionaire. Because most billionaires just, like, are quiet and shut up. And he is not that. Like, there are people worth many, many in the tens of billions of dollars that you've never heard of or never knew they existed. And they have more wealth than some countries in the world. And it's, like, crazy. And that you never know them because they're quiet on purpose.
That's
Stay
true.
out of the headlines.
Yeah. Don't name your kid a button mash. Okay. Your family is vacationing alone on a private stretch of beach with no lifeguard. First mistake. Your daughter and your niece, both 7, are friends and eager to get into the water. You caution them to wait until the water calms down some, but they defy you. They sneak in anyway. You soon hear screams of distress and find both of them caught in a really strong current. You are the only swimmer strong enough to save them, but you can only save them one at a time. Your niece is a very poor swimmer. Shit talking your niece. Oh my god. Your niece sucks at swimming and likely won't make it much longer. Your daughter is a stronger swimmer, but only has a 50% chance of holding on long enough for you if you come back to her. Who do you save first? I like the math. That went
Neither.
Like...
No.
Oh.
No. Survival of the fittest. Charles Darwin.
Oh my god.
No, I think go for the niece and then, play those odds.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say, realistically, there is no way you're considering any of that in situations such as...
I think you're just
going to go for whoever's
like,
closest, honestly.
You're going to grab whoever you get to first,
Yeah, I think that makes the most sense.
You, pull out a chalkboard, all right, let's see. What does Darwin say about this?
Right. Morally, which one is better to save? This one might cure cancer.
Mm-hmm. This one's not a good swimmer, but this one has a 50% chance of winning. Or surviving. Which, in a way, is winning.
In a way.
Just beating water.
Oh man. But yeah. I don't know. I think it's just get whoever first. I feel like you shouldn't be saying like which one has more important which one is more important to save because I get that they're like if you get your daughter first, is it a risk that your niece wouldn't make it kind of thing? I guess so. But there's also a risk about your daughter, and it's like if you can get to your daughter first kind of thing and it's a quicker turnaround, then I don't know.
Also, how are you the only person who can
strong enough to swim?
The other adults, or
can't.
I guess a private beach, but the other adults there just were like, I don't know, I never took swimming classes. You're the only person. I know that's kind of part of the fact pattern, so you got to be like.
So who's letting? I know it says that they defied us and snuck out.
They've defied
against our will, but
against my decree
into the ocean.
Your way into the ocean in the open beach.
But who's not watching 7-year-olds on a beach?
Yeah.
7-year-olds are kind of small from my memory. And I feel like they shouldn't be left on a beach.
Haven't seen a 7-year-old since the olden days, but
since the old days.
I recall that they're on the smaller side.
I think they're little. But yeah, I feel like just watch kids in the first place.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, hot take.
Hot take.
Yeah, maybe it's just me. Okay. You're a doctor at a top hospital, and you have 6 gravely. Oh no!
It's the empty water bottle. I had to get my other water bottle, and it fell in the process.
Fair. You're a doctor at a top hospital. You have 6 gravely ill patients, 5 of whom are in urgent need of organ transplants. You can't help them, though, because there are no available organs that can be used to save their lives. The 6th patient, however, will die without a particular medicine. If they die, you will be able to save the other 5 patients using their organs. What do you do? Oh, they are an organ donor, also. Do you let them die to save 5 people?
We had a very similar thing in my ML class. It was we had a heart transplant or something, or a kidney or whatever, and we had 8 people, and they all had different characteristics. One was a 78-year-old man, one was a 40-year-old man who was also a brain surgeon, and there was a 14-year-old girl who took care of her 8-year-old brother, stuff like that. It was which one do you give the kidney to? Because it's also it doesn't say any of them are gonna die.
Yeah.
But they need that kidney.
All 6 of these people are going to die without certain things.
Gotcha. I remember one group was we're going to save the 78-year-old man. And everyone's what? There's so many better candidates.
Yeah, that's probably the
Nothing
first
against
one you could
older
throw
people,
out. But yeah. So it's this is the actually a common continuation of the trolley problem that people will do. Where they turn it into something like this, where it's but you're saving these people. It's not just not running them over with a trolley. It's actively saving kind of thing to see if that changes things.
I think it's the same thing. It's when you boil it down, you're killing one person to save 5. It's the exact same situation as the trolley problem. Do you kill one to save 5?
Yeah, the thing with the trolley problem is if you flip the switch, you're technically murdering someone. If you don't do anything, you're not doing anything.
No, because you are actively choosing to technically
But you're not.
You're still
it was going to happen anyway. But if you flip the switch, you've killed someone.
I know.
But now you're in a
that's
position
the
to
go-to
not
response.
Do it. So you are in control.
You just flip the murder switch.
Yeah, but you're saying I'm going to let these people die though.
And it's your decision to do that because you could have not let them die.
Yeah.
But they were going to die anyway.
Would it make more sense if you were hey, I'm going to start the trolley, and it's like far away from the fork in the road. So you did start the trolley. It's going on the path that it's going on. But then, so like you still made that decision.
That's
like...
fair. But what if instead of switching it, you push a really big person onto the track? I've heard this one too, where it's like, would you push it on like a person on the track to stop the trolley?
How are you gonna jump out of the trolley and run with a really big person so close to it that you could then push them in front of it?
Listen, maybe, I mean, have you ever seen like the guy that's like by the switch? Have you ever seen that meme, the trolley problem meme, where it's like the people tied down to the track? I'll send it to you guys on Snapchat, but there's a meme. If you just look up like trolley problem, it's like a dude with like a sad face and he's staying next to a switch, and then there's a trolley coming down, and there's like 5 people and there's 1 person. I'm sort of imagining that scenario. You've got like a switch that you can switch the track.
Right.
But instead of a switch, you're pushing a really big person.
Oh my god.
Is this the meme you're talking
Yes,
about?
it is.
Okay. Yeah, like a really cartoony picture is what it is, yeah.
Fair. But yeah. So this doesn't change it for you guys at all? Like,
no.
Okay. Well, then what's your answer?
In the trolley problem, you let the 5 people die, because that way you're not committing murder.
No.
You're still committing murder, Ryan.
It's
No, you're not. You didn't do anything.
No, that's the point of the trolley problem. Your indecisiveness did kill 5 people.
No, I decided. Yes.
Yeah, then you decided
because
to kill 5 people.
I didn't kill 1 person.
You decide to not make a decision and let it go, which is a decision.
That's just the way of life. It was going to happen anyway.
Oh my god.
Instead, if I'd flipped the switch, I would have killed someone.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Oh my god. I'd let the person die and save the 5 people with their organs. So long as they was like compatible. If they weren't, then that'd be really awkward.
You like what do they call it? The coding? No, not
yeah, they code.
Okay, when it's like, they're dead, and then they're like, good thing.
Oh no, coding is like they're dying.
Oh, dying. Okay, well, once they like pronounce them dead and everything, you get the staff in there, and they start doing the organs, and they're like, these don't fit, and then the doctor's just like, yikes.
Might be.
My bad, guys.
Sorry.
Sorry about that.
Oopsies. Oh my god.
I think everyone should be an organ donor. This isn't necessarily related to the thing, but
yeah, you guys
sign up online in Illinois.
Yeah, I'm an organ donor.
Same. Puts a cute little heart on your
It should be the default.
Here. But also, not everyone that is really gets to donate their organs when they die.
No, that's true. Yeah.
Because you have to meet like certain.
That, and also like if you have like anyone around, it's like, hey, does this person want to be an organ donor? Because like they look at their card and like, but they still have to ask someone.
Yeah.
They'll say like yeah or no. So
there's lots of different things. I do think also though, like licenses are a really easy way to like do that kind of stuff. So like in Maryland, it was like, do you want to be an organ donor? And I was like, yeah. And then they were like, do you want to like register to vote? And I was like, absolutely. And they do it like all in one thing. And I think that's super smart. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they only do the organ donation in Illinois. I believe vote registration is separate.
Yeah. Fair enough. Alrighty. Well, now that we're all, morally complex.
We can't. So Ryan sent us a trolley problem meme, which is, you could flip the switch and kill 1 person instead of saving the 5. But if you pull the switch, it doesn't do a sick loop-de-loop once it has killed the 5 people.
Oh my god.
And so you miss out on that sick loop-de-loop. So
yeah. And also,
you're
not killing anyone.
Oh my god.
You are killing people,
you are
Ryan. Oh my god. One of us has a philosophy minor. Oh my god.
And I have the engineering minor to say. It's the engineer's fault. Or, not a minor. I'm majoring in electrical engineering. Anyway.
Yeah.
But it's
Well,
the
then you're the
engineer's
engineer,
fault
and
for
it's your
making that.
fault.
You're just there witnessing it happen. If you pull the switch,
no.
you're going to kill someone. Otherwise, you've not done anything.
That's just such a laissez-faire way to approach murder. Let's talk about what rained on our
What
parade.
happens is you derail the trolley.
Oh my god.
So it's no longer on the one track, it's on both of them, and then you just kill everyone.
Multi-track drifting, yeah.
There you go. Do a sick Tokyo drift, and you don't have to worry about making a decision because everyone's dead, and you probably. Problem solved, and then there won't be a trolley problem because it's off the rails.
Yeah.
And so actually,
Ryan,
you're saving
what if the
everybody
5
else
people are your family?
It was gonna happen.
Oh my god!
I didn't kill anyone.
Oh my god!
You are committing murder by flipping the switch.
So are you.
No, you're not.
Oh
you're
my
just
god.
witnessing it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, what rained on everybody's parade?
Other than Ryan's
Yeah,
murderous tendencies.
I'm not. That's the thing, though. If you
Oh my
pull the
God.
switch, would you rather pull the switch and kill someone?
I feel like I'm just gonna like constantly just be on the lookout for Charlie. Problem memes. He's sending us more now, and it's wonderful. Oh my god.
And the multi-track drifting one.
Alrighty. What rained on my parade this week? Oh, I am really excited. So this is like half and half. I found the cutest little Christmas sweater for my cat. And I was really excited about it. It was, it's red, it's got little like snowflakes on it, it's like adorable. But I don't know what was going through my mind. I bought him a dog-sized medium. He's not that big of a cat. At all, because most cats aren't. But I've got to shrink that in the laundry. So it's like, it's going to be really cute in the future. But I gave myself a task that I did not need. I could have bought him a small. Yeah. How about you guys?
I don't know if I have anything really. I do have a pet peeve.
Okay.
I think I've ranted about this before, but I really hate when people skip classes. Particularly in law school, some classes do it where you don't know who's on call, and you could be called at any time. But in my experience, most classes tell you who's going to be on call. Like, you put you in groups, or you just know that these people will be on call.
Yeah.
And there are certain people, when they know that they're going to be on call, skip for that day. And I'll know that they're skipping for this specific purpose because I'll have them in classes before and after. And so I know that they're there, and they skip for that reason. And I cannot stand that. Go to class. It's ridiculous.
Interesting. I always had the philosophy of I gave myself, like, per class in every semester, 2 that I could skip. Like, if I was, like, having, like, being, like, mentally overwhelmed or, like, sick or anything like that, like, I gave myself 2 skips. I never used, so say I had 5 classes, I never ever used all 10 kind of thing. Like, that would never happen. But I think it's because I would use, like, 2 or 3 in the semester, depending on classes. And it would be like, yeah, give yourself, like, a mental break and everything. Don't do stuff like that, because then you're just not doing work for your class intentionally, and that feels silly. But, like, if you've got, like, a really, really big, like, midterm in one class, and you have, like, a class before that isn't important and you don't do much stuff in, if you need to skip that class to study for your midterm kind of thing, okay, I get it.
I mean, I guess. I just feel like there's really very little justification for skipping class. I don't want to be insensitive if you're really overwhelmed mentally.
Yeah.
But I just don't see how that's going to happen. And I feel like the only way that's going to happen Same with pulling all-nighters. Is you messed up somewhere, and you should have prepared better.
I don't think the mentally overwhelming thing is the only way that like I don't think like you've messed up if you got mentally overwhelmed. I think that just like happens.
No. Like if you're like you have a test and
oh
you're like,
okay.
oh, I gotta skip this class to study for that test.
Right.
No, you don't need to do that. You should have studied before.
Yeah. I think that's fair.
Maybe I have a different view because it'll mentally overwhelm me more to miss a class. And
sure.
I've also never had a class that's like, wow, could have skipped that. They've always been important. And I don't. If you're taking a class that you're like, could have skipped that, why are you taking that class? But I don't know. Sometimes teachers.
I felt about some gen eds.
Maybe. But I don't know. It overwhelms me way more to be like, well, what did I miss? That could have been important. That could have been on a test. So I don't get that either. Don't skip class. I think it's stupid.
Or I feel like my method was a really good one because again, I never did it like multiple times, and I had a lot of professors tell me that like people who missed more than 2 classes, they would drop like a letter grade kind of thing, and so that's why I said the 2 class thing. Is I would never miss more than 2 classes, and often I would only ever miss like 1 class in a semester, like in a class per semester, right? So it might be like 3 classes that I had that semester. I missed 1 class period of each of them for whatever reason, and I never got like, oh my god, I'm like so stressed kind of thing because I like gave myself those breaks, and I feel like it's a good thing. I don't know.
In law school, you have a certain amount of like allowable absences. And if you go over that, you drop a letter grade. But there are some people that are well over that number. And I don't understand.
I think take advantage of like allowable absences if you need them, but like don't go well over because then you're just skipping to skip. And that's less good.
That's fair.
It's just a big pet peeve of mine when people skip classes. Particularly, it's bad in undergrad, but then, especially law school, you're supposed to be better than this. Don't skip class. Come on.
That's fair. Yeah. How about you, Ryan?
I've been wearing a lot of flannels lately, and one night I was stretching, and I went like this, and I stretched a little too much because I ripped open the back of the flannel like a good 3 inches.
Ryan is
like,
swole.
No.
You hulked out of your
flannel. And so I was like, oh no. So I had a friend sew it for me. So it was all good, but that was what rain.
Don't stretch in that flannel anymore.
Yeah. Now I'm like afraid of stretching because it's like I don't want to rip a flannel.
Fair. I realized why I've never understood flannels the other day, and it's because I've only bought them from the women's section, and they're like paper thin, like they're not like warm or anything like that, but like y'all's are a lot thicker. It's a good sign.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Well, alrighty. Question. Oh my gosh, we just got a picture of Ryan's flannel. It's wounded.
It is wounded.
Oh boy.
Alrighty. Well, question your friend's morality.
Don't flip the switch.
Talk about the trolley problem with your friends to see if they would kill 5 people or not. And have a funny Wednesday.
Bye.
Bye.